on, everyone? It's Phil. It's Ryan with Mastercrafted. We are back with more Defiler breakdowns because it's not enough to have the EC version or the Death Guard version or the CSM version or the T-Sons version. We also have the World Eaters version as well, which I would say is could be one of the most thematic versions. And I know for a fact that myself and Frankie talked about it, and we were gushing over the EC Defiler and the Thousand Sons Defiler, and I love the Death Guard Defiler. I think it's going to be very solid. But Ryan, you are a World Eaters fanatic, and you love the new Defiler. So one, welcome back. It's good to see you. What are your thoughts? Are you excited to have a World Eaters Defiler?
I mean, first off, great to be back. Thanks for having me. And when I first saw the World Eaters like base Defiler, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And then I saw the rule, and I was like, okay, I mean, that's kind of cool, but they can kind of position it out. And then when I saw that, when we got the specific data sheet, and every single gun got rapid fire, which I had hoped, and it moves 14, I was like, oh, we're cooking now. We're going through walls, we're moving 14, and we're just picking up a ton of extra shots. This might be nice. Big base, throw the Electro Scourge on it, and we're just gonna start swinging for the fences. I'm pretty happy. Yeah. Are you wanting to go through data sheet, like specific ideas or some things that I've been like cooking up?
Yeah, well, Ryan was nice enough to give us two lists, so we're going to look at both of those. But there's a few things in terms of combinations that I think the Defiler offers that not everyone is going to take in the other one. So I know for me, for Death Guard, I'm probably not going to take any of the combat tools in it because that's not necessarily what I want to use it for. You know, in talking with Frankie and Matt, two of our EC experts, even though they love their EC, they don't necessarily love or feel the need to add extra combat attachments to the Defilers. They definitely want to keep them in the pure shooting role. And if they get into combat, they got a couple claws, they could fight their way out. The same with the CSM Defiler and the T-Sons Defiler. Those things, if they're shooting, they are ripping things down. So they are absolutely terrifying. But Ryan, based on the data sheet, obviously they hit on 4s for ballistic skill, pretty thematic.
Yeah.
They hit on 3s for their weapon skill, pretty thematic. Everything's got rapid fire, like you said. But what kind of combinations are you looking at taking on the Defilers themselves?
So the Defiler for the World Eaters, the way that I think, and again, just absolutely, there's differences of opinion, but I really like the mixed data sheet where you bring melee and shooting. But I think you bring good power shooting with good melee, so that way it fits kind of a role that World Eaters have really been missing. The Forge Fiend kind of hit that for a little while, but then people kind of figured out the puzzle where they're just like, we'll shut down the rerolls, we'll make it we'll make it not really relevant, and then it's T10 strike 10. It ended up kind of falling flat. So then World Eaters just kind of shifted right back to just melee only. Now we have, I mean, with that Bale Flamer, we actually have a semi-scary Overwatch threat. With the Electro Scourge and the Crab Claws, we can go into two different targets and still hit it very well. We still have the ectoplasmic cannon. We have the excruciator cannons. The excruciator cannons have 18 shots at 18 inches, which at 2 damage is pretty good. 2 damage flamer. Or if you really want that forward pressure, you can have rapid fire meltas on the thing. It's kind of it fits that multi-tool role that World Eaters really have never gotten. And I think that plus a big brick of Berserkers, plus, you know, Karn and his Berserkers, plus 8-bound really moving up your lines is really going to be hard to deal with when it's shooting melee, just consistent pressure that's very fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely interesting, and you also have one of the most interesting data sheet rules for all the defilers, which is if they set up within 12, so come out of a transport, come out of deep strike, whatever, at the end of your opponent's movement phase, you can either shoot at that unit, which is pretty terrifying based on the guns that Ryan just listed. Because if you're within 12, you're within rapid fire. So you're taking a bucket of shots. There's no modifiers to this. This is not Overwatch.
Nope.
You are just straight
Nope.
up hitting on force. Okay? Or you can declare a charge. Now, the greedy individual in me says, take the charge. Like, ooh, gave me an 11.
I love it.
I might take it. I might take that charge, but I think the majority of the time the individuals are going to be threatening that very, very scary shooting, trying to roll a couple sixes, getting that rapid fire in there, getting a bucket of shots. Yeah, it's very, very interesting detachment or data sheet rule. So how do you feel about that? Is that something that you think is going to have a big impact for World Leaders players overall?
At first glance, I didn't think so. And then seeing it on the tabletop and doing a little bit of testing, like playing against the other defilers, and then keeping it in mind when I was playing against it. When, like, for example, I played against the T-Suns one, and I played against the Vanilla Chaos one, but keeping in the I just get to shoot you, I started to realize with that big base, and it kind of it comes up more than you'd think, as well as coming out of transports, and you don't have to pick immediately. It's at the end of the movement phase, so you get to see the entire movement phase before you go, I'm going to shoot at that one.
Yeah.
So you don't use that coin. On top of it, if you really want to, you can save it. If you're playing against a combat army or something, you can save in Overwatch as well. So then the shooting becomes really oppressive, especially with that Bale Flamer. It's D6 plus 3 at 7-1-2. So you get to shoot it on your turn, shoot it if they are set up within 12, and then potentially an Overwatch. So you can get 3 activations in one player turn on that. And 7-1-2 Flamer
7-2.
is it 7-2-2? I thought it was 7-1-2. Pardon me. It's not nothing. I mean, it will pick up squads of Marines. It'll pick up things that want to engage you and lock you down. And I really think it's something that we really haven't had.
This could have been the one. This could have been the one defiler that got double Bale Flamers, and you just turn it into a.
I think that would have been super oppressive. 2d6 plus 6 and potentially 3 activations. I mean, it would have been our Land Raider Crusader or Land Raider Redeemer. Pardon me. I would have ran it like that all day.
I'm not saying give it to everyone. I don't need to see like CSM with that, but I'm like the World Leaders one. That's the ones that should have the double Bale Flamers. That'd be
absolutely. I will try to kill, maim, burn if we get double Bale Flamer.
Yeah. Okay, so we kind of went through the data sheet as a whole. The World Eaters Defiler is definitely a little bit different, but obviously we are looking for any place that we can fit this in, just because how much we really, really like this new unit. So like right off the bat, I had Ryan build us 2 lists. One is Goretrack Onslaught, and for those that want to harken back to when World Leaders first came out, we were both very, very excited about Goretrack. I still think it has quite a bit of tools. For those that aren't necessarily World Eaters aficionados, or maybe they haven't looked at this detachment in a while, Ryan, what is it about this detachment that speaks to you?
So the Goretrack, when it first came out, I really liked the +1 to charge when you disembark, and the lance when for anything that disembarks. That means comes out of a Land Raider. That means comes out of a Rhino. And then there's a lot of tools that allow you to use that. Like there's strats that allows the Rhino to move, and then you pay a CP and you can still charge after you can get out and charge after you move. You can move Rhinos through walls. So now I think with a lot of pressure from these defilers going through walls, you can have multiple Defilers and Berserkers coming through all of your walls with lance, charge, and a million guns plus the crab claws. So I really think we might be able to revisit this detachment, and it becomes very interesting with support guns.
Yeah, one of the things that Frankie said when he talked about how excited he was for EC is like he no longer is going to get punished, or he no longer not punish somebody for like poking out to shoot the things that we're exposing. So, for example, one of every world leader's favorite unit, excuse me, is the Chaos Spawn. Previously, people could poke out, shoot and kill the Chaos Spawn, and there was nothing that could happen to them in return, except for more saws and axes trying to run you down, right? Forge Fiends didn't have the range. Nothing else in the detachment really scratched that itch. But now you're going to have 2 Defilers that are sitting behind the walls waiting for you, praying that you poke something out to kill the units of spawn that you have running out onto the board. Or Jackals or Goremongers, like whomever you have running out there. Is it now worth it for you to poke out to kill them if you know the Defiler is behind the wall as well?
It becomes much more of a risk for your opponent to go, oh, do I take your forward piece and then suddenly get hit by rapid fire last cannons and rapid fire ectoplasm cannons? And you're like, and the cool thing about Goretrack is if you don't kill it in one activation, I get a reactive move with something. So I can just peek out an arm, shoot you with all my rapid fire weapons, and then just go back behind the wall if you don't kill it in one activation.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It seems pretty solid. And we'll go through the list here really quickly. So we got Karn the Betrayer, can't leave home without him. Slaughterbound with Infernal Infusion. Master of Executions with Aggressive Deployment. 2 units of 10-man's Khorne Berserkers. 2 units of 8-bound. 1 unit of Goremongers. 2 units of Jackals. 2 Rhinos. 2 units of Chaos Spawn. And 2 Defilers.
I apologize. Those 8-bounds are supposed to be Exalted 8-bounds. I forgot to switch them.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Because I believe Exalted 8-bounds are 140, and there's 10 points missing. Yeah, those are supposed to be Exalted 8-bounds.
Perfectly fine. I like going up to an even 2,000, so even better.
Yep. The Goremongers, I mean, just infiltrate, start the game off. Jackals come up behind and they can sticky, score objectives. You got Spawn for scouting and starting the game off and advance and charging. Yep. The Slaughterbound has a once per game fights first enhancement, yep. Which that's something we're missing in Berserker Warband is any kind of access to fights first, which I really like. So you can drop in, charge, kill something, and then if you're playing a melee mirror, you can just fights first on a heroic. And then the Master of Executions, when he's in a Rhino, that Rhino gets Scouts 9 on a so you can get real aggressive and start taking the board right off the bat, and then your Defilers are just backing you up. And I think this becomes a very, very forward momentum game when you can start coming through walls with all your vehicles.
Yeah, I really like it. I like the fact that we can scout a Rhino. I think that makes it very, very interesting. Obviously, the Exalted 8-bound, we really like them, especially when you're going into those damaged vehicles, monsters and vehicles to get your additional damage, which is obviously great. And then I think you have, as we have noticed with successful World Leaders players in the singles mindset, that if you're running a good amount of trade pieces, it definitely benefits you. It's going to benefit you even more because obviously previously you wanted those trade pieces because you wanted your opponent to come forward so you can actually springboard into them. But now you have these trade pieces where, yes, I can springboard into you with, the Master of Executions and the Karn with their 10-mans of Khorne Berserkers and the Exalted 8-bounds, but now I'm actually shooting you and either weakening things that I really need to get into and then you have access to the +1 on the wound, and then you could rip stuff down still and still be effective, but you have pretty decent shooting platforms to go after those kind of things.
No, I 100% agree. And I think there's a minor error on the list. You can only have one electrostatic scourge. I wish you could have two. That'd be 14 attacks on just those. But you can only have one, but the cool thing is it gives you access to either a Bale Flamer, or you can have rapid fire missile launchers or last cannons or auto cannons. So, I mean, it just gives you extra shooting.
Yeah, and as Ryan talked about, you got a lot of options here in terms of weapons. So it's pretty much pick your poison in terms of what you want to do. The las cannons with rapid fire would be nice. Obviously, the auto cannons with flat damage 3. I'm not a huge fan of those, just because it's -1. Like, you don't have ways to benefit AP. So I would caution our World Leaders players from running those. I don't mind the las cannons at all. And I definitely don't mind the missiles either.
No, I think the last cannons, I mean, 2 shots with rapid 1 at 24 inches is, I mean, just fine. Like, anytime you can rapid fire a last cannon, I think it's funny. And just last cannon pressure along with ectoplasm pressure, with the ectoplasm is basically a 3 damage last cannon. Yeah. So it starts getting fairly consistent damage on shooting, even since you hit on, even if you hit on 4s, there's just a volume of dice that starts coming out at high strength, which we've never had.
Yeah, the last one was the Forge Fiends, and those were obviously very sensitive towards positioning and stuff like that. So if somebody could out-position you and make sure that like you would never get the rerolls, that can be a little tough. So
yes,
Goretrack, we like it. We definitely think there's some value here. And then I'm very excited to see what goes for it. But the old reliable, old faithful Berserker Warband. Obviously, Berserker Warband is still good. Now, is it better because we have 2 Defilers in there? What do you think, Ryan?
I think so, because now you have forward pressure, heavy shooting platforms with good melee pressure, and with Berserker Warband, it turns your melee up to 11, and you get access to extra AP and advance and charge with your Berserkers, and you can advance and charge with your 20-man bricks of Berserkers and 6-inch pylon and consolidate. So now you have tons of forward pressure, and your Defilers are coming through walls, and they move through move 14 shooting. You just keep moving, and you pick up units and just keep moving and going in their lines further and further every turn. I really think this is where they're really going to shine.
Yeah, and no shockers there. Obviously, Blessings of Corn are nice. Obviously, you getting all these benefits is fantastic. Obviously, it's kitted out towards melee, but honestly, wouldn't be upset seeing any of the things that we're doing here with Defiler get these benefits. So none of the detachments or none of the stratagems really stand out to me as they're going to make a huge impact. But obviously, you can still make the Defiler sticky when it dies. Interesting.
And even if it's a backline shooting platform for you and they finally kill one, you can just sticky. You can just have it towing on an objective. Or you could just have your giant pie plate of a base sitting the whole objective, and they can't sit within an inch, and then you just sticky it.
Yeah.
So
that could be absolutely huge. Obviously, -1 damage. If they do run after your Defilers, being able to -1 damage one of them, honestly, very, very nice. Same with -1 AP for in terms of Armor of Contempt. Those are both locked to the fight phase, but honestly, we would take any kind of defensive buff for them, especially if they start running us down.
The hack and slash is +1 AP.
+1 AP.
In
Sorry,
melee.
my apologies.
Yeah.
I'll repeat that. So we also can get access to +1 AP, which is obviously very, very nice because it means that those strike attacks are going to be AP3, D6 +1 damage for the big claws, which, I'll be honest, sounds pretty freaking good.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Oh no, absolutely, and it'll help you get through those like big heavy chassis where AP2 like on 2-up saves it can turn it to a 50-50. That 5-up it can really help you crack those heavy holes.
Yeah. I do like that. Skulls for the Skull Throne is one of those strats that I've seen used multiple times. Like it happens in a blink where your opponent's planning for you not to have 6-inch pile and consolidate, and you're able to pick up a character or monster. Well, now you have a unit that's going to probably pick up a character or monster easier in shooting, which means potentially you're not going to have to trade another piece to trigger that. Skull for the Skull Throne, which I think is very, very solid. It's obviously just another unit that can do it. Obviously, they don't get access to advance in charge. That'd be a little obnoxious. But
I wish.
Yeah, it would be nice. And obviously, they don't get access to the Blood Surge either. But you have 4 out of the 6 strats that these Defilers could use, could get access to, which obviously we really like. So let's go over the list again. Shocker, shocker. You took Karn again. You have another Slaughterbound with the all-important Berserker Glaive. World Eaters Lord on Juggernaut for that spicy movement, as well as move through everything. So they have a 10-inch, it's a 10-inch move characteristic and then a 3-inch engagement range. You put that on the 20-man, which I've seen before, and you just give them a 3-inch engagement range, which means they're all fighting. You can't hide from them, which obviously we really, really like. 20-man and a 10-man of Khorne Berserkers, a regular unit of 8-bound, a exalted 8-bound unit, a unit of Jackals, 1 Rhino, the all-important 2 spawn, and once again 2 more Defilers. Ignore the weapons on there. You could.
That's 100% my fault. I just quickly was clicking buttons.
No. You're good. At the end of the day, it's take your flavor of weapons, which we like.
Oh, yeah, it's if you think you're going like my list is going to pressure you as fast as possible. I mean, rapid fire Meltas, or if you're like, I need a backline shooting platform, and if you get close, I'm going to send more bullets. I mean, last cannons all day. Or if you want like, it's whatever. It's pick your flavor in this one, and I'm in love with it.
Yeah, it doesn't shock me. I would like to see this lean towards like. Obviously, you have the stratagem support for the +1 AP. I would like to lean this towards a little bit more combat, but then I think, like, man, would I rather just have more rapid-fire las cannons? I'd probably rather have more rapid-fire las cannons and just be happy with the claws that we have. And if I want to do a little bit of an AP boost, but that's not where I'm going to spend the strat the majority of the time. Majority of the time, it's going to be on the Berserkers or the 8-bound, right? That's where I want the benefits to come from. I don't necessarily need the Defilers to fight.
Absolutely.
Okay. Honestly, Ryan, is this something we're going to see on the table relatively soon?
I really think we're going to be seeing some World Eater Defilers coming very soon. I mean, as soon as they become tournament legal, I'm going to try them out. So
it doesn't shock me. Obviously, it's a very good unit. Obviously, they have a lot of tools. I would not be surprised to see World Eaters jump back in popularity, because whenever you give somebody a new unit, they obviously want to try it, and the World Eaters Defiler is up there in effectiveness. Now, I asked the same question to Frankie. I'll ask it to you as well.
Absolutely.
Where do you think, if you were to rank the 5 Defilers, from CSM Defiler to Death Guard, World Eaters, T-Suns, and Emperor's Children, how would you rank the Defilers in terms of the impact that they're going to actually have on the meta?
Okay. I think number 1, in my mind, it's going to be a tie. Because I am totally undecided on the Chaos, like the Undivided Defiler, and the T-Suns Defiler. Because that T-Suns Defiler is disgusting with Overwatch on 4s, and in certain detachments you can give it reroll 1s to hit and wound, or even just reroll hits, and it's very oppressive. And the the Chaos, the basic Chaos one, I mean, if you're running Pack-Bound Zealots, or even the what do you call it?
Veterans of the Long War, Renegade Raiders.
Yeah, Renegade Raiders and Veterans of the Long War. everybody gets bullets. I mean, the whole table is just going to get shot, and you bring 2 of them, so everything is going to get shot twice. I think those 2 are the ones that shine the most. I think the next one, in my opinion, is the World Eater one. I think it's if I had to pick one, so I would do Chaos, Undivided, very close second, T-Suns, very close second, T-Suns, then World Eater third, EC fourth, and only because EC it doesn't, and it's gonna be great in EC. Don't hear me say it. When I'm ranking these, I'm ranking like high performance sports cars against each other. So it's still like it's like, do you want a little like the performance of a lifetime on all of them? I think the EC with the +1 to hit, it's great, but it could be better. Now I could very well could be wrong. And I think again the Death Guard one, in my opinion, is the worst one. But again, it's like ranking some of my favorite foods. Like, would I want would I want to eat one of my favorite, like my 5th favorite food or 4th favorite food? Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think Chaos Undivided, very close second, T-Suns, World Eaters, EC, very close third and fourth, and then the Death Guard 1/5.
Well, that hurts me a little bit because
I know you were a Death Guard.
And
I'm
excited to run them. So I think, like, for those Death Guard players out there, I know we talked about it with Frankie, but like, I like it in Mortarian's Hammer because I can go out, I can pick a piece of terrain, I can contagion it, +1 AP, and then I'm running. I'll give you a little secret. I'll give you a little secret tech. I'm running double virulence in Mortarian's Hammer.
Yeah,
so I can get the rerolls, and then one of them has the reroll 1s to wound enhancement. So you're just pointing at stuff. You're getting the reroll hit rolls of 1, reroll wound rolls of 1, +1 AP on the terrain. You have multiple profiles in there that have blast, so those ones are going to have full rerolls to wound. Full rerolls to hit. And then obviously they're relatively tough. Oh. And in Mortarian's Hammer, they're pretty freaking good. So I'm excited to run them. I get why they're not as good, because if you look at the CSM one, like the accompanying units and detachment around it make the CSM one just insane.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then the 1,000 Suns one, same thing, right? Like the warp spells of +2 AP and full rerolls to hit. It's just like, brother, what are we doing? They didn't need +2 AP. They don't need full rerolls to hit, but they got it. They got it in CSM.
Is it double move? The dang thing can move. I think you can still double move it, right?
You can.
Yeah. Thing moves what, 18 inches? Yeah. And it just shoots you. It's rough. It's so rough.
Yeah. Yeah, and it just does it in the shooting phase, so like it's just not great.
And me saying the Death Guard one is the worst one. Sure. It's like saying it's your 5th on the A tier. Like, okay.
We're not coming off the bench yet. We're still top 5.
No.
We're still in the starting rotation. We're just coming off. We're not coming off the bench yet. We're just like that. We're that glue player. We're just doing what needs to be done.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like here, every single one is like the number one is here's $1 million. The number 2 one is like you're $1 short of $1 million. You're like, okay, like sure. And then the Death Guard one is like, here, you're $4 short of $1 million. You're like, sure. Like
it's gonna be good. You better be prepared.
It's really good.
You don't run Chaos. You better be very cognizant of what these Defiler data sheets do. Because 250 points isn't enough to keep them off the table. They are still incredibly solid.
I think they're appropriately priced for 250. I think it gets hard to bring 3, and you have to sacrifice good things in your list to bring 3. So it's a good trade-off. Any cheaper is too much. Like if they were 230 or 220, 200, you'd see 3 every single game.
Yeah, 200 would be bad. That would be
200 would be ludicrous. for this.
Okay, well, Ryan, any final thoughts? We've been going Defiler crazy. We got the CSM. We got all the other Chaos Gods have been vying for this new unit. Any final thoughts on World Eaters just in general for Defilers?
No, just let's go see the crab meta. Let's go scuttle some wins.
Yeah, Catans are scared right now. They finally have something that's going to tear them down consistently.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a comment. Tell us what your favorite version of the Defiler is. Is it Death Guard, or is it CSM and World Eaters? Is it T-Sons or Emperor's Children? And how many do you have on pre-order? And how many did you actually get from pre-order? I know it's part of the game. Maybe you know a super secret 3D printer that can help you out, get you some more, because I know they're already out there. And people are excited to start running them. So,
holy crap! Selling out in 2 seconds. It was like 2 minutes or something like that. Insane. Insane. I couldn't get my hands on a pre-order, so I'm gonna have to wait till they restock or something. I don't know. So
you're gonna have to wait, just like the rest of us.
Yep.
Please hit us up in the Discord if you have any questions, you want to talk about Defilers or Chaos in general, or any of the other factions. Recommend hitting us up in the Discord. Ryan is in there as well, talking about World Eaters and Orcs and Sisters. We have plenty of faction experts, and do not forget, victory is given, isn't given. It's forged, and it's forged by here.